Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Hassan and you are watching my channel Professor Hassan Hamayu. It is lecture number 11 for the preparation for the post of statistical officer and statistician. Today I will discuss very important numerical and theoretical questions with all the candidates. Before starting today's vital lecture, I request everyone subscribe to my channel, like and share my channel and click the bell icon for the notifications of the next important videos. Let's start. Question number 1 is the mean of 10 numbers is 12.5. It means n is given, there are 10 numbers and the mean is 12.5. The mean of the first 6 is 15 and the last 5 is 10. The sixth number is, we are to calculate the sixth number, a very conceptual question. For example, there are 10 numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 and the mean is given. I will take the help of the formula. Mean is summation x over n. 12.5 is equal to summation x over 10. When you multiply these two, the sum of all the 10 values will be 125. Now the other information is the mean of the first 6 is it means there are 6 numbers and the mean is 15. I will take the help of the formula. Mean is equal to summation x over n. 15 is given, summation x over 6. It means the sum of first 6 numbers is 90. Now the third information is the last 5 numbers is 10. The mean of the last 5 numbers, n is 5 and mean is 10. I will use the formula. Summation x over n, 10 is equal to summation x over 5. Summation x will be 50. Now dear students, did you notice the sum of the 10 numbers is 125, the sum of first 6 is 90, the sum of last 5 numbers is 50, and we are to calculate the sixth number. If I subtract the sum of first 6 numbers from the sum of 10 numbers, I will get 1 2 3 4 5 6. I will get the sum of actually these 4 numbers, and the other information is the sum of 5 numbers is 90. I will subtract the sum of these 4 numbers from the sum of 5 numbers and I will get the sixth number. A very conceptual question. Now what is the sum of all the 10 numbers? That is 125. I will subtract the sum of 6 numbers from it, 90, that will be 35. Now I will subtract the sum of these 4 numbers from the sum of 5 numbers and it was 50. 50 minus 35 and the correct answer in the exam will be 15. A very important question. Now we will discuss question number 2. The mean of 100 items is 50 and their standard deviation is 4. The sum of all the items, we have to calculate summation x, and also the sum of squares of the items, we have to calculate 2 things, and the mean of 100 items, it means n is 100 and mean is 50. I will take the support of the formula, that is summation x over n. Mean is given, 50 is equal to summation x over 100. When you multiply these two, summation x will be 5000. Now I will take the help of the variance formula. Summation x square over n minus summation x over n whole square. Standard deviation is given 4. Square of 4 is 16. Summation x square over 100 minus what is mean? Mean is 50. 50 whole square is 2500. Now you will plus this 2516. 2516 multiply by 100 is equal to summation x square. Summation x square will be 251600. A very important question for all the papers of statistics. Now question number 3 is a very important question. If a variable takes the discrete values alpha plus 4, alpha minus 7 by 2 and so on, alpha is greater than 0, then the median is. Dear students, we know whenever we have the discrete data and we have the ungrouped data, for finding the median we arrange the data in ascending order, and look carefully which is the smallest one. Actually that is the smallest one. Alpha minus 3.5 is the smallest one. I will arrange the values. Alpha minus 7 by 2 is the smallest one, then alpha minus 3, then alpha minus 5 by 2, actually that is 2.5, then alpha minus 2, then alpha minus 1 by 2, alpha plus 1 by 2, alpha plus 4 and alpha plus 5. Now I will have to count the values 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 values, and here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 values. There are 8 values, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now what will be the median? The central value, I will have to add these values and divide it by 2. Alpha minus 2 plus alpha minus 1 by 2 over 2, that will be 2 alpha minus 5 by 2 over 2. It will be alpha minus 5 by 4 will be the correct option in the exam. A very conceptual question. Now question number 4 is also a very important question. The arithmetic mean of a set of 50 numbers is 38. It means there are 50 numbers and their mean is equal to 38. If the two numbers of the set, namely 55 and 45, are discarded, they are omitted, they are not in the data now, the arithmetic mean of the remaining set of numbers, actually there are now 48 numbers after discarding these two numbers. There were 50 numbers total. Now you will have to find out the mean in the exam. A very important question. I will take the help of these two. X bar is summation x over n. Mean is given 38 is equal to summation x over 50. Multiply these two and the answer will be 1900. Now two numbers are discarded from this sum. The sum of 50 numbers is 1900. I will have to subtract these two numbers from this much, and that will be 1800. Now the new mean of the 48 numbers will be summation x over n. 1800 over 48, 37.5 will be the correct answer in the exam. A very important question. Dear students, now after solving these 4 important numerical questions for the paper of statistical officer, lecturer statistics, research officer and statistician, now I will discuss very important theoretical questions with you. Question number 1 is an outlier or extreme observation in a data value that A is larger than 1 million. Incorrect. B equals the minimum value in a set of data. Incorrect. C equals the maximum value in a set of data. Incorrect. D is not consistent with the bulk of the data. Yes, it is an abnormal value actually. It is not consistent with the bulk of the data. That is the correct option. Question number 2. If you obtained a sample of data that was relatively normally distributed, the question is for a symmetric distribution, odd order movements take values A 0, B positive, C negative, D positive and negative. Whenever you have symmetric data, odd order movements M1 is equal to M3 is equal to M5 is equal to up to so on, that will be equal to 0. All odd order movements are always equal to 0. Next question is, second and third central movements of a distribution are equal. M2 is equal to M3. Very important question. What is the nature of the distribution? A symmetric, D asymmetric, C positively skewed, D negatively skewed. Dear students, when the central movements M2 is equal to M3, then we have positively skewed distribution. A very important question. Next question is, when there is a pronounced skewness, the desirable scale to plot the frequency distribution is A arithmetic scale, B multiple scale, C logarithmic scale. That C is the correct answer, logarithmic scale. Next question is, beta 1 coefficient of skewness and beta 2 coefficient of kurtosis are independent of A change of origin, B change of scale, C change of origin and scale. And I have discussed in detail with you all the measures of central tendency: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median and mode. They depend upon origin and scale. They are affected by origin and scale. When you add or subtract, multiply or divide a constant from all the values of x, they are affected. And then we discussed standard deviation, variance, mean deviation, range, they all are independent of origin. When you plus or minus, they are not affected, but they are affected by multiply and divide. What did you learn? They are independent of origin but not scale. Then I told you about the movements. They are independent of origin but not scale. But now the question is beta 1 and beta 2. They are independent of origin as well as scale. If you plus, minus, multiply and divide every value with a constant, they are not affected. They will be unchanged. A very important question. I believe one question is 100% sure for every written test of statistics from all these concepts. Question number next. Skewness means A, symmetry, B, lack of symmetry, C, balanced, D, normal. Skewness means lack of symmetry. Next question. In statistical procedures, the skewness is used to measure the A, amount of variance, B, amount of upper tail values, C, direction of dispersion, D, amount of dispersion. Yes, it measures the amount of dispersion. Scatterness of the values from the central value is determined by skewness. Next, in positively skewed distribution, A, mode is largest, B, mean is largest, C, median is largest, D, none. In positively skewed distribution, mean is the largest one. Next question is very important question. Complete idea of a distribution is formed with A, measure of central tendency if you find out the average value, B, measure of dispersion, scatterness of the values, C, skewness and kurtosis, D, all of these. All of these are necessary for the distribution. D is the correct option. Next question. In case of positive skewed distribution, the extreme values lie in the A, left tail, B, right tail. Right tail is the correct option. In negatively skewed distribution, A, small number of observations are of larger size. A very important question. B, larger number of observations are of larger size. C, larger number of observations are of average size. D, larger number of observations are of small size. I will tell you with the help of the diagram. And you will not forget in any exam, inshallah ta'ala. Actually, that is the negatively skewed distribution. It means this is the largest value. For example, largest, and that is also the largest one. It means what correct option is? Larger number of values have larger data. The correct option is larger number of observations are of larger size. That is the correct option for negatively skewed. If they ask about the positively skewed data, then small number of observations have largest values will be the correct option in the exam. Next question is the distribution whose mode is not well defined and the classes of distribution are open-ended use the coefficient of skewness by A, Cole Pearson, B, Professor Cayley, C, Professor Keller, C, D, Professor Bowley. Yes, we use Bowley's formula Q1 plus Q3 minus 2Q2 over Q3 minus Q1. Next question is the movements about origin are called A, movements about zero, yes, B, raw movements, C, both A and B. Both A and B is the correct option. Next question, movements are invariant to A, change of origin and scale, incorrect. B, change of origin but not scale. I have discussed with you. That is the correct option. The Shepard's correction are approximate corrections for adjustment of grouping error in calculating movements for A, ungrouped data, B, raw data, C, grouped data. Shepard's correction is used for the movements and for the grouped data. Please keep in mind. Next is the use of Shepard's corrections for grouping error are restricted to A, frequencies should be symmetrical and gradually taper off to zero at each end. B, grouped data and variables must be continuous. C, class intervals should be equal in width. D, all of these will be the correct option. Question number next is very important. Shepard's corrections for grouping error is only applied for A, even order movements. It is applied for even orders M2, M4. Next question is in Shepard's correction mu2 corrected is equal to mu2 corrected will be equal to mu2 uncorrected minus h square over 12. A very important question for all the papers of statistics. Assalamu alaikum.